Hello everyone and welcome to And the Best Inspires channel. In this video, I want to continue with the discussion of the reasons that shows that knowledge is power. This is series 2. In series 1, I have given a highlight of the explanation of why knowledge is power. I started by giving a clear definition of what knowledge is, and I went further to state the reason why knowledge is the most greatest investment. So in this series 2, we shall be looking at the points that shows that knowledge is power. So I want every one of us to stay tuned and listen to this powerful concept as you will be enlightened from this point I will be sharing. So I wish us success. The concept, knowledge is power. What does it mean? It is not just a glitch, but a universal truth and real fact that holds keys to personal growth, social justice, economic advancement, and national progress or development. Knowledge is power. Knowledge is power because it is the foundation of every victory, innovation, and transformation humanity has ever encountered. Without knowledge, people perished, and this is one of the most reasons why ignorance is more dangerous, more destructive, and more deadly than diseases. According to Francis Bacon, an English philosopher, a statesman, a scientist, and author, popularly regarded and known as one of the most influential figures in the history of Western philosophy, whose lifespan cut across different multiple fields like philosophy, science, politics. It says, knowledge gives an individual the ability to make informed decisions, take control of their life, and achieve their goal. That is what knowledge does. Knowledge protects your rights. Knowledge protects your right. When you don't understand, when you don't have knowledge, you are easily taken advantage of. People take advantage of you. You are easily enslaved. You are easily manipulated. You are easily controlled. But when you have knowledge, no one can take advantage of you because you are enlightened. Knowledge turns weakness into strength. Knowledge turns weakness into strength. Ignorance makes you vulnerable, but knowledge harms you with strength. It harms you with strategies. What others see as weakness becomes your advantage when you have knowledge. Knowledge is a shield. Knowledge is a shield. Just like a shield protects soldiers from destruction, knowledge protects you from destruction, from deception, and from failure. The more enlightened you are, the more safer your path becomes. The more knowledge you have, the more safer your path becomes. So knowledge is a weapon. It's a shield. Knowledge is also a weapon. Knowledge is a weapon. You must understand that life's greatest battle are not fought with strength or muscles, but with the right mind applying with knowledge. Life's greatest battle are not fought with strength, but with right mind, with right principle applied and knowledge. Superior knowledge has defeated great armies in battle. It has toppled empire and built great nations. Knowledge creates confidence. It builds confidence. Uncertainty creates fears, but knowledge creates confidence. When you have knowledge, you speak and act with confidence, boldness, and authority. That is what knowledge does. Knowledge creates opportunity. It creates opportunity where others see barriers. As a result of knowledge you have, you will see and open doors. In other words, it turns impossibilities into possibilities. Knowledge turns impossibilities into possibilities. Knowledge is a seed of innovation. It is a seed of innovation. Every innovation was born out of somebody knowing what others do not know. So knowledge sparks the world with creativity. It gives you the idea to change your world and make it a better place. Now, that is what knowledge does. Knowledge prevents you from destruction. It prevents you from destruction. Many businesses, lives have been destroyed not as a result of lack of power but lack of knowledge. When you don't have knowledge, you are vulnerable to destruction. But with the right knowledge, you are easily prevented. So, in other words, let me say that knowledge is preservation. Knowledge is preservation. Knowledge gives voice to the voiceless. Knowledge give voice to the voiceless. Ignorance make you silent, but knowledge empowers you to speak with boldness and confidence. That is what knowledge does. Knowledge multiply wealth. Knowledge multiply wealth. Money flows when the right principles are applied. Money flows where wisdom is applied. Knowledge of principles, strategies, and opportunities separate poverty from prosperity. That is what knowledge does. Knowledge saves life. Knowledge saves life. Engineers, doctors, and scientists prove every day that knowledge saves life. What you don't know can literally destroy you. Doctor prove that knowledge is power. For instance, without a doctor diagnosing a particular kind of sickness and prescribing the right drug for that sickness, the patient will not be able to survive. But with the knowledge a doctor has, it can be able to diagnose a particular sickness and then prescribe the right drug for the patient. And by so doing, the patient can recover and be prevented from death. So knowledge saves life. With the right knowledge, engineers are able to confidently construct bridges across the sea and across the rivers. So knowledge is very, very powerful. With knowledge, the scientists can imagine and bring into existence what is not in existence. So knowledge is very, very powerful. Knowledge gives influence. It gives influence. People listen to people with depth knowledge. When you have knowledge, you command respect and authority. When you have knowledge, you command respect and authority. Knowledge reveals identity. It reveals identity. When you don't know who you are in life and the knowledge you possess or portray, you will continue to live beneath your potential. But with the right knowledge, you can unlock the doors of your life and fulfill your destiny. So knowledge is very, very powerful. Knowledge is also freedom. It is also freedom. Limitations and oppressions breaks when the mind is awakened. Chains of limitation and oppression breaks when the mind is awakened. So knowledge liberates you from physical and mental captivity. That is what knowledge does. Knowledge also turns fear into courage. It turns fear into courage. Fear thrives in darkness, but knowledge is light. When you have knowledge, fear loses nations. You must understand that civilization of a country grows on the strength of the knowledge a country or a nation has and collapse as a result of ignorance. So when you have knowledge, it can build a nation. Knowledge can build a nation and a country. So knowledge is very, very important. The importance of knowledge to human life cannot be overemphasized. Knowledge strengthens relationship. It strengthens relationship. It enables you to understand the culture. When we talk about culture, this has to do with the total ways of life of people. So when you have knowledge, you will be able to understand the way of life of people, how they behave, and by so doing, you can avoid conflict. It can prevent conflict and then deepen relationship and create a bridge. That is what knowledge does. So knowledge also sharpens decision making. It enables you to make the right decision with clarity and understanding and foresight. That is what knowledge does. Knowledge also saves time. It saves time. What others suffers as a result of lack of knowledge, when you have knowledge, it can be solved within a short period of time. In other words, it is a shortcut to progress. Knowledge is a shortcut to progress. Knowledge creates resilience. Knowledge creates resilience. That is ability to refuse to give up in spite of failure. So when you have knowledge, no matter how you fail in life, you will continue to rise until you succeed. So knowledge creates resilience. Knowledge turns pains into lesson. When you have knowledge, as a result of the knowledge you have, you will learn from the mistake of the pain you have experienced and convert it to lesson. And by so doing, your life will improve more. That is what knowledge does. Knowledge opens doors of opportunity. It opens global doors. When you have knowledge, borders cannot limit you. Its knowledge makes you relevant anywhere in the world. It makes you relevant anywhere in the world. Knowledge strengthens you. It strengthens your faith. Knowledge strengthens your faith. The more knowledge you have, the more your faith is strengthened. It is the basis upon which faith is found. It is the foundation upon which your faith is built. Knowledge strengthens faith. Knowledge makes you a mastery. It makes you a master in your field. It makes you an authority in your field of studies. That is what knowledge does. Knowledge outlives you. You must understand that your possession can perish. When you die, your possession can perish, but your knowledge can live as a legacy. Your knowledge can live as a legacy. So knowledge is very, very important. Knowledge is timeless wealth. Unlike possession and money, knowledge cannot be stolen, because the more you share it, the more it grows. So we are going to be stopping here, and I want us to understand that the importance of knowledge to human life cannot be overemphasized. If I am to continue with the point to show that knowledge is power, I don't think 5 hours is enough for me to complete this part. But with the few points I have shared, I hope you will be enlightened. And I want you to understand that knowledge is so important that when you have knowledge, you cannot be destroyed. That is why the Bible says in the book of Owoicho chapter 4 verse 8, it says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. When you don't have knowledge, you can be destroyed. So I urge every one of us to seek knowledge with everything in us. Please don't ignore the power of knowledge. Knowledge can take you anywhere in the world. So I am so excited to have shared this powerful and enlightening message. And I believe someone out there is blessed by this message. I am happy to share this message. So God bless every one of you, and I always encourage us to please like, share my video, and hit the subscribe button so that as I keep releasing those powerful messages, those powerful information, you will not be left out. God bless you so much, and do have a wonderful and happy time. God bless you. Once again, I remain Engineer Andrew Owoicho. Have a wonderful time.